Hello everyone, my name is Gabby, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super review, this time reviewing episode 80. The fight between Gohan and Lavender begins. While Gohan tries to get into the swing of things, Lavender starts by spraying poison in his eyes that will eventually overtake his entire body. Unable to see or sense his opponent's ki, Gohan realizes that this will be the perfect opportunity for him to practice. He manages to follow Lavender's presence through his footsteps to work out where he is. And once Lavender flies into the air, Gohan goes Super Saiyan and uses the energy from it to pinpoint his location. Although this causes the poison to spread even faster, Gohan manages to grab Lavender and power drive him into the floor for a double knockout. The fight ends in a draw. Once the fight is over, the Grand Priest explains to everyone the true purpose of the tournament. The 8 universes with the lowest quality planets will be fighting for their own existence, considering Zeno had planned to erase a lot of them in the first place. But the Zen exhibition match isn't over yet. The final match will be Son Goku versus Bergamo. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, first of all, I did really kind of enjoy the stuff they did with the Gohan and Lavender fight. That they kind of made it that this fight was essentially like a sort of training sequence for Gohan, who hadn't, really, if you actually think about it, has never actually properly fought in a tournament match before. He's only been in one tournament, and that ended the moment he went Super Saiyan. So this is basically the first tournament fight he's ever been in, and this fight was basically sort of like him almost getting into the swing of things and kind of getting that experience and trying to figure out exactly what to do. You know, he kind of gets put at a disadvantage there. He gets put in a situation where he doesn't really know what to do, but then he kind of like realizes he has to sort of learn how to kind of use his experience and stuff like that. It was fun. I liked it. And I liked the fact that, honestly, Toei seemed to go out of their way to actually make Gohan look cool in that sense. They actually tried to make him look kind of competent in his own right, and that is actually kind of unusual for them. Normally in these kind of stories, it's like, oh, this is Gohan. He is not as strong as Goku and he's not as experienced as Goku, so therefore he is kind of a loser. But here they're like, no, listen, Gohan may not be as strong or as experienced as Goku, but you also shouldn't underestimate him at all. And that's really cool. Toei doesn't normally do that. This series doesn't normally do that with its side characters go out of their way to say that they're actually cool in their own right. So, yeah, no, that was fun. Also, it was really nice to see Goku as this, like, really supportive father figure. Like, he had so much faith in his son. It's actually really kind of cute to see. It's like every time that Gohan's in danger or something, and then Goku's like, nah, listen, Gohan, he may not have fought for a while, but he's still really strong. I know he's strong, and he can totally do this. Even when Gohan kind of fails to win the match and is almost sort of beating himself up for like not really being as strong as he wanted to be, Goku's still there to kind of pick him up and being like, no, don't worry, son, you still did really great, and you're still really strong in your own right, just don't worry about it. Like, that is a relationship that we haven't really seen, I guess maybe since Mudge and Boo, basically. I mean, that kind of makes sense that we haven't seen that relationship because Gohan hasn't really been particularly strong or has had a lot of relevance since then. But no, it is so cute. It is just so cute seeing Goku act like an actual father. It's just so great. As for what I didn't like about this episode, well, first of all, so is Gohan any stronger than he was in Resurrection F or not? I mean, like, he goes Super Saiyan in this episode, and I don't know if that was, like, because he still doesn't have his, like, ultimate form, power, whatever, or if he's going Super Saiyan because going Super Saiyan is how he does that whole kind of radar thing which he uses to sense Lavender. If he's going Super Saiyan because that's what he uses to get stronger, then that implies he hasn't really gotten that much stronger in Resurrection F. So, you know, is he stronger? Is he not stronger? The reason why I care so much about this is because, I mean, in the Resurrection F arc, they legitimately said that Gohan was going to start training again and was going to try and get stronger than he was before. And, like, that was a thing that surprisingly even showed up one episode later, I think episode 30, and also showed up in one of the endings, and you could also say it's kind of sort of been a subplot that's been there for a while. So I kind of hoped there was going to be some kind of resolution to that. Like, it was there for quite a while. I thought it would actually lead to something, or at the very least the characters could acknowledge it. All they really needed to do was have, like, when Gohan sort of beating himself up for not being strong enough, all they really needed was like one line of Goku saying, but, well, at least you're stronger than you were when you fought Frieza. That's kind of all they needed to say that could clarify this all, and they haven't said it, and I'm still really confused, and yeah. Also, this isn't really a criticism of the episode itself, but more just like a wider concern, that is just, you know, what is Gohan as a tournament fighter. We've never really seen him in that situation, like, ever in the series, like, at all. And it's just making me wonder, like, what is his character? What makes him stand out in points like this? Because I honestly can't really think of that much unique about him that would work in a tournament setting. Most of his abilities come either from Goku or Piccolo, and like the only thing he has to himself is like his potential and like those kind of rage boosts, but those don't really work in a tournament setting. So like, what is he as a character in this arc? My biggest concern with Gohan in this arc isn't that they're not going to make him strong enough or make him important enough. It's that they're going to make him bland and uninteresting. Because if they do that, that is essentially just ruining the idea of a Gohan comeback being a good idea for the rest of the history of the franchise. It'd basically be like, oh, there you go, Gohan came back, it was really boring, did you realize that? Nobody liked it, so we're never gonna do it again. And I still think like the idea could work, so yeah, I don't want this to be ruined. After all, this has happened before. It was called Ultimate Gohan. He was strong, but he was also incredibly boring, and I don't want them to do that again. So, as for next episode? Well, it looks like the outcome of the Zen exhibition match is not going to lead to one of the universes getting erased. But either way, there is still one more match. It is Goku versus Bergamo, and I'm wondering what the fight is going to be like. The one thing that's different now is that all of the characters from all the different universes now know the true stakes of the fight, and it seems like that's going to affect the fight itself in some way. Are we actually going to get the first example of characters calling out Goku for his behavior, and that being a big plot point that Goku is actually acknowledging? Or am I just thinking too much into this and they're not going to address that stuff yet? I mean, we basically know the outcome of this fight isn't going to affect anything, really, so it's really just the content of the fight itself, what happens during the fight, that's going to be important, not necessarily over who's going to get the win. So that was Dragon Ball Super episode 80. It was honestly really cute. I know some people would say it was badass or whatever, it was cool, but hey, I'm a girl, so I can say it. It was really, really cute. This was basically just like Gohan's training sequence. The episode, him actually kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to learn how to fight again because I haven't done it for who knows how long. And that is really cool, and they didn't just use that as an excuse to just kind of make fun of Gohan and kind of just trample on his incompetence. They made him feel like he was learning stuff without making him feel completely incompetent, and I really enjoyed that. Maybe the fight didn't have as much substance as maybe last episode, but I still did really enjoy it. So yeah, there's one more fighters kind of preliminary round, and after that they're going to the actual tournament is going to start, and they're going to start gathering all their members together, and that's the thing I am still very interested to see. Obviously now we've seen Gohan and Majin Buu, but hey, it's another 7 members they need to figure out who's going to join and why and when and what are the context and how do they get all those new outfits, and that'll be really interesting. That's the other stuff I was really looking forward to seeing. So this is Gabby signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye guys!